Here's the caveat. Listen closely. If you are not willing to do your first day, remember what you wrote down on day one? Raise your hand if you're willing to do it. Okay. Raise your hand if there's a possibility in all of the earth that you might not do it. Yeah. Good, but that's not the reality of it, is it? You know. I don't have to tell you. I've been around, so have you. Here's the deal, though. If you don't do your one day, you can pretty well kiss your 3 to 5 year vision away. Now, you may think, Harv, that's being really harsh. No, that's my experience. I can only give you my experience. If you're not willing to do the simple one day because you're going to get to it, didn't have time today, didn't quite fit in, you weren't sure, whatever yada yada crapola you got going on, you won't do the 3 to 5 year because the one day's the actually easiest part. Did you know that? That's the easiest of them all. If you're not willing to do that, there's 2 problems that are going to kick in. Number 1, the biggest problem, why do you have to do your one day? First, habit. What's the word? Habit. You have to begin a new habit. The habit of moving towards your vision. Got it? Constant steps towards your vision. That new vision, a new habit of steps towards it. So you've got to begin when? Yeah, because we're creatures of what? And it has to be just habitual for you to do what you need to do to get to your vision. Habit, that's all it is. The other thing that we need to create is momentum. Action speaks louder than everything. Action always beats inaction. Do you understand that? So we've got to create what? Momentum. A body in motion, help me out here. A body in motion will tend to remain in motion, while a body at rest will tend to remain at rest. Who said that? Newton, yes? All right. So, we must get started immediately. When you get started immediately, what it does is it gives a message to your subconscious mind that this is important. If you are not willing to do your one day, you are giving your message you're giving your mind a subconscious message to say, it's not that important. You don't have to work at it. You don't have to get ready, go to work for me. Forget it. I don't think it's that important if I didn't create that reality that I at least did the first frickin' day. You get it, yes or no? Yes. If your life depended on it and the life of your family depended on it, would you do it? Yes. That's the warrior's way. You have to. There is no option. See, the warrior's way is failure is not an option. So, how many of you, here's the deal. If you do your one day, listen, mark my words. Mark my words. Mark my words. If you do your one day, I guarantee you are already 20%. How much? 20%. To your 3 to 5 year vision. That's how important it is, because you can't get anywhere without that first day. If you do your 7 day, how many? 7 days. You are 30% to your 3 to 5 year vision. If you do your 30 day, you are 50% to your 3 to 5 year vision. You have created habit. You have created momentum. You have got your reticular activator working for you. You have the universe, the law of intention working for you. You have everything working for you. And if you do your 1 year, you are 99% there. How many people in your gut of guts, your resonance, feel that I just told the truth about that? You get it, because you've experienced this, haven't you? And so have I. Those numbers, see, it's not a ratio. Like, okay, 3 to 5 years from now is what? If I 1,500 days, if I do my first day, I'm 1/1500th there. That's arithmetic, not natural law, not universal law. That counts for linear thinking, not expansive, universal thinking. But right now, I want to introduce you to a concept that I think is absolutely critical. Let me say this. The more you can focus, what's the word? Focus. I can't hear you at all. Focus. Thank you. The more you can focus on the specific actions that lead you to your visions, the faster, more likely you will attain exactly what you want. True or true? So the key word is what? Focus. Why is focus so imperative? Because everything is one thing. What is it? Energy. What is it? Energy. And there is a lot more power in focused energy than scattered energy. True or true? Everyone has a tendency to scatter their energies. True or true? That's the key word for success. Focus. When you focus, everything will change. I promise you that. So, you want to keep your resources focused. Your time, your money, your thinking, your physical stamina, your contacts, everything focused in a certain direction. The warrior has all their horses facing in the same direction. You know, instead of running all over the frickin' place, they know where they're going with it, right? Now, especially during the launch stage, during that time, it's especially important. Why is that? Well, let's see for ourselves and see if you agree, okay? It's not going to be me telling you. It's going to be either you buy it or you don't. All right. Does anybody know what this is? A rocket. Very good. When the spaceship is taking off, on the bottom it has these things, let's call them, I don't know, let's call them like boosters, right? What do we call those things? Boosters, booster things, right? Okay, good. All right, so, and they're kind of like circular and they're on the bottom, right? If you looked up, yes? Now, when that thing is taking off, tell me, where does the energy go? Down, 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 down. I have a simple question for you. In your intelligence, in what you understand about physics, about life, let's say, one or two of the 6 boosters was facing this direction. All right, just one. Just one. One of the 6 is facing in this direction. All right, here we go. Tell me what happens to the whole rocket. What happens? It's going to crash. Yes or no? It'll never get off the ground. If it goes, it'll go, and it's over. Yes or no? And that's exactly what your life looks like. Especially at the launch stage, you must focus all of your energies on where you're going, on this particular task, on this rocket. Do you understand? Yeah. So, we need to what? Focus. We need to what? Focus. So now, the big question is this, though. We know we need to focus. What's the word again? Focus. That's an important one, right? But there's also another word that seems to come into the picture that, I don't know, it seems to be an important one too. Raise your hand if you, what's this one? What's it say? Balance. One more time, please. Balance. So there's focus versus what? Balance. Versus balance. How many people agree that it's also important to take care of other big priorities in your life? You know, you've got your health, you got your family, you got play, and that kind of leads to a bit of a battle, doesn't it, between these two? Yes or no? Okay, so how many of you really want to fulfill your mission? How many of you really want to live your vision? Yet, how many of you found that you have a little voice in your head that often doesn't support you in doing what you said you want to do? What do we call any inner chatter that doesn't support us? What do we call it? Mind frick. Mind frick is always based in the F word. What is it? Fear. Why? Not that F word. Why? Because it comes from the protective. What part? The protective part of the mind. When it comes to changing either yourself or your situation, even though you may want to change, does your protective mind want you to change? No. Why? Because one of its greatest fears is fear of the what? Fear of the? Thank you. And therefore, the protective part of your mind will do whatever it can and whatever it has to do to get you to keep things the same. The protective mind is constantly looking for what's wrong or what could go wrong in any situation. And it's the one that looks for all the reasons. The what? Why you can't or you shouldn't or not right now or yada, yada, yada. Yes? And so, what your mind says to you in those cases, which is pretty well all the time, is what we call your what? Your story, which is your reason, your reasons. Now, but what we're going for is our what? Our vision. And that's what? The result. The what? The result, whatever that is. Now, would you like to know the key to success? Yes. Would you like to know the secret to success? Yes. The secret that separates winners from losers? Yes. Successful people from unsuccessful people? Yes. Do you want to know the critical piece? Yes. I forgot what it was. No. The single biggest difference between people who attain their goal and their vision and people who don't is that those people who attain their vision focus on their vision. Those people who don't focus on their story. They believe their story. Now here's the clincher. At each moment, at what? You have a choice. You can pay attention to your vision, or you can pay attention to your story. You can believe in your vision, or you can believe your what? Story. And the key to success is to keep choosing your vision over your story, because both are right in front of you all the time. True or true? So how do you keep choosing your vision? Well, remember this word. What's it say, please? Commitment. Committing. You must commit to your vision. You declare it. You give your word. Your what? Word. And you become a warrior, and you do whatever it takes. You keep your word no matter what. And yet, how many of you have ever had a situation where you felt you wanted something, you were in alignment, everything was cool, and a few days later, you changed your mind? Or your mind got changed for you? Anybody ever have that? We talk about the doubt comes in and all that? And how many for you has this happened in the arena of life directions? In other words, you're, what should I do? Yes? Constantly. So the problem, therefore, isn't so much in what you're choosing, what it is, what's on your sheets, what the pieces are. The problem is in your, listen closely, your protective mind negating anything that looks like change. Do you understand the difference here? You could have the most perfect vision, mission, whatever, in existence. It's 1,000%, not 100% who you are, and you've got even a big red check mark in the sky that says, yes, that's it. It came from the burning bush. It's it. But your mind's going to find a way to doubt it. To, maybe that's not cool. Maybe this, maybe, I don't know. You know what I'm saying here? Anybody ever experienced this before? All right. So it's not about the it. It's about what your mind does to every it in front of you. You get it? Again, the problem is not so much what you are choosing, because you'll think, well, the issue here is I should have chosen that, or I should be going for that, or maybe that's too big or that. Those are all whats. They are useless in this discussion. Got it? That's not the problem. The problem is your protective mind negating anything that looks like change. This is pure mind frick. What is it? Don't buy it. It's simply there to keep you where you are. It's doing its job really well. So how many of you, again, are willing to fulfill your mission in spite of your mind frick? How many are willing to fulfill and live your vision in spite of your mind frick? Yes? How many of you, if you're not 1,000% sure of what your vision or your mission are willing to continue the process of uncovering your mission and vision despite the mind frick? Yes or yes? Yes? Because the mind frick is the problem. It's never the what. It's never the what. It's never the vision. It's never what's in front of you. It's never the situation. Never, ever, ever. Your mind will always tell you that it is, though. It's that person. It's where I'm at. It's where I live. It's on my health. It's this. It's that. It's the obstacle. That's too hard. That's what. It's always got the something in front of you. It's always got a good story. It's professional. It knows exactly what to say to you because it knows what works on you. It knows you really well. Yes or yes? So you're all willing to do this no matter what. In other words, fulfill your mission and your vision. Yes? As the saying says, talk is cheap. So as most of you know, I believe in the power of high-impact metaphors to ingrain your learning into every cell of your mind and your body. So we're going to do a highly unusual exercise designed to help you practice, what's the word? Practice. Not being stopped by your own mind frick. Good or good? All right. So let's go to step number 1. Stating your mind frick. What is some of the mind frick that the non-supportive inner chatter that might come up to you en route to your vision or regarding your mission? Give me some examples. Like, I'm what? I'm sick. I can't do it. I'm too tired. I don't have time for this. This is too big for me. I don't have any money. How am I supposed to do this now? My family won't support me. Take too much time. I'll start tomorrow. What's the big deal? What's the big rush? I got the rest of my life. I'm not smart enough. I can't. I'm too confused. I don't even know here. I must have been on drugs the whole weekend or something. What's that? What a stupid idea that was in the first place. Doesn't mean anything. It's too risky. I don't know how. Who am I kidding? I'll probably blow it somehow. You know, I haven't been successful at anything. What would make the difference now? What is it? I tried this before. It didn't work then. I don't have what it takes. Nothing's ever going to change. I know it. I know it already. Don't worry about it. This is too much. What else? What was the other one? It didn't come. Yeah. It didn't come from the burning bush. Yeah, whatever. Right. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to take 2 minutes and write down some of the mind frick that in your past you know that your mind has used it on you to stop you from doing something like this before. So some of the favorite phrases your mind uses with you and on you. Go ahead and write them down. They got to be yours though. What are some of the things your mind says to you that you buy into at the time, and you know it's not overly supportive, but it says it. Now let's go to the other side. What are some of your best mind frick responses? Okay? So what will empower you and allow you to neutralize that inner obstacle? So your mind frick says, I'm too stupid, and what do you say? Oh, yeah, you're right? No. I mean, sometimes you do, but that's what stops you. If you say, yeah, you're right. What do we teach you to say? What is it? That's one. Thank you for sharing, or sorry, not interested, or cancel, or, neutralize it with your own empowering statement like, I can do anything, or this is my gift and I'm going to share it. I'll do whatever it takes. Nothing's going to stop me. This voice is just mind frick. I choose my vision, not my story. The Great Spirit walks with me. The universe supports me. Just breathe. whatever. So what are some of the other ones you can use? I can handle it. Just freaking do it. Don't think. I'm a warrior. I can do anything. So I want you to write down a few of your favorite responses that you think could be good. Empowering things to yourself or responses to the mind frick that's coming at you. Go ahead and write that down, please. One of the things you can say, thank you for sharing, cancel, I can do anything, this is my gift, I'll share it, nothing's going to stop me. Just write it down. That mind frick is nothing but what we call, I'm not going to give it away, but let's call them burps for now. All right? They're burps. They are meaningless in the scope of things. They only mean something to you. They're just voices, just thoughts. That's it. Let's not, why get all hung up on a thought? You understand what I'm saying? The voice is powerless. It cannot stop you. Only you can decide to believe your story and stop. Check it out, moment by moment to moment. And whenever your mind says something that is not empowering, you simply use what? At least, thank you for sharing and move on. You're allowed. I give you permission to not buy the story. And it's got story after story after story after story. And then it'll start giving you, you know what, if you go to all these courses and you're so enlightened, why do you always have to talk like this? Why do you always have this mind frick then? Yeah? If this really worked, you wouldn't even have this, right? And that's just another mind frick. You see how it works? None of it makes sense. See, your mind frick isn't going to stop. Whether you buy it, that can stop. All the time? No. You'll get sucked in lots of times. Lots of times. And so what? If you beat yourself up for getting sucked in, that's just another mind frick. Just watch it.